So we are doing homework today to get him to get his balance and his footing and his strength. Not sure how this is going to do with the voiceover on it because my voiceover is not working, but we'll try. Here I'm just moving a few branches and he's standing on an incline. Very happy with that. Asking him to back just a little bit. Very good thing for him to know, even on an incline. Gotta know how to put your feet and where to put your feet. So I don't do a lot of running with him on these hills. I let him pick the pace. I will ask for a small trot here and there just to kind of help build that muscle. He canters a few times. If you see me really kind of pulling his head, that's him not wanting to change direction or changing direction without me asking. He does really good. Now I try to tip his nose in as much as I can because we all know with him, as soon as his head's straight, he takes advantage and he just kind of runs through and drags you. If you're going to do this, be very careful. Horses can easily drag you off the hill without meaning to. Make sure you're in an area, if you can, that if they get loose or drag you and you have to let go of the rope so you don't lose your balance and go off the hill, that you're in an area that you can just let go of the rope and it doesn't matter. So he's doing really good. I'm just trying to keep his nose tipped in. Here I kind of wanted to go around the bush that's here, and he kind of said, I don't really want to listen, but he listens pretty good. A few times he loses his balance, but that's the whole point, though. That's the whole reason we're doing this. He comes down really nicely. He kind of figures out here in a little bit how to kind of tuck his butt to stop himself from sliding. I don't think he slid maybe but once or twice today. I'm asking him to change, and he's really kind of tugging through me and saying, I don't want to. It's important to be able to change them on their direction, whether they're going uphill or downhill, whenever you need to, as in riding also. You never know when you're going to need to change their direction. Maybe chasing a cow, you're going downhill, the cow goes uphill, you need to hurry up and turn and get the cow back up the hill. Just as an example. Sending him up. Doing really good. Right here or around here, there's an area where he's standing right now where he kind of sits down. And I think he just didn't expect as big of his drop as it was, and it was kind of funny. So I made him go up it. I'm not sure if that was right here or not. The way this video is playing as I'm doing the voiceover, it's skipping, so that's why I haven't been doing very many voiceovers. Sending him up and down. The wind pushed my phone back a little bit. Sorry about that. Here I kind of just asked him to turn and change, but he turned really good when I kind of got after him, so I just rewarded him with some blows and then sent him right back off. Reassuring him, let him know it's a good boy, it's okay. Now he does smell a lot while he's doing this, which is very good. He smells the ground, smells the surroundings. I allow them to do that. I allow him to eat a little bit here and there. There's not much to eat, it's mostly weeds. But if a horse is comfortable enough to eat, then they're not worried or frightened. And they're not super stressed out. I don't think horses would really eat if they were stressed out. Go back up this little steep part. Ask him to keep going. He has a habit of kind of stopping. So we're going to start nipping that in the vet as soon as possible, because otherwise when he gets the strength and I start riding him and getting him on the hill, he's going to want to stop. So just kind of got to get after him a little bit. Right here I'm just letting him kind of rest on an incline. It's very good for his muscles. Sending him off again. Working on changing direction. He kind of changed on his own right there and said, I don't want to go this way, it's steeper. I said, well, Betty, that's the point of this. This camera angle does not show how truly steep this hillside is. Right here along the fence line, there's actually a trail. So if he wanted to walk, he could. There's a few times he canters, a couple strides, and he trots. And I'm okay with the trotting right now. As for the cantering, I don't really want him to do it until he gets more balance and more strength in his legs. But he knows his body. He knows what he can handle. So if he wants to, he's more than welcome to. I'm not going to stop him. It's good for him. Here he's kind of smelling. I'm just allowing him to. Letting him smell his surroundings. A lot of people will jerk on them and spank them and all that. It's like, well, you know what? They're animals. Their instinct is to smell their surroundings, to know what's going on, to know what's around, what's been around. So allow them to smell. Allow them to take a little snack. If you're doing this in an area where possibly your horse could get loose, if they drag you, if you possibly have to let go of the rope because you're sliding down the hill yourself, or being dragged down the hill, try to do it maybe with a food motivated horse. Take some food and have somebody down with some food, so if the horse gets loose they can kind of shake the bucket or whatever and get their attention. Try to do it with a horse that's kind of buddied up with another buddy, and maybe tie that horse back at the trailer so that if your horse gets loose, they're going to go back to the trailer. I'm not saying that they will 100% go to the food or the trailer, but it is a possibility that they will. And you can say you tried. Or maybe have some friends on horseback to go after the horse. So he goes down really, really nicely. He's figuring out his butt and where to slide, where to kind of use his back legs to push himself going up. He stumbles a few times. Again, that is the point of doing this. I know I'm going to have some people come on here. Oh my god, he's stumbling. You're pushing him. Well, literally, he's walking and changing direction and he stumbles. It happens. That is why we're going to start doing mountain work as often as I can. And so that when I finally take him and ride him up, he's going to be good. He's going to be good to go. I did the same thing with the girls, but in a minute I'll move this camera angle and we'll go to a second section here in a little bit. And that second section and the third section are where I did it with the girls. They didn't really have a problem with the incline. Here I'm asking him to kind of stand here on an incline. Doing very good. I'm just loving on him. Going up. I think we went up a little more. Again, the video is skipping as I'm doing the voiceovers. It's not playing like a normal one. I downloaded another one and it says video too large and it won't let me trim it or anything, and I don't want to trim it, so I want you guys to see the real raw action of what truly happened and the length that it took to happen. So if you see me kind of sit back, lean back, and really pull his head, that's because I'm asking for his nose, or I'm asking him to change direction, and he's not trying. So I'm kind of sitting back on my weight and just giving a quick pull and saying, hey, you need to pay attention to me, please. Right there, changed his direction. Very good thing to do. Going up the steeper. Now right here at the top where he's at right now, there's actually a dip. So that's why he's going up higher. There's a dip with a whole bunch of rocks in it, a big hole. It's not like a hole like if they step in it they're going to break their leg. Just a big dip. So that's why he's going up higher. I truly do not care how big or small the circle is, as long as he is not stepping on top of me. As long as if he gets spooked and kicks out, he's not going to kick me. He's out of reach. If he feels comfortable closer to me right now, I'm going to accept that, and I'm going to use it to my advantage. Because you'll see a few times I kind of have to climb a little lower or a little higher to get him to move, because he's figured out, oh, she can't reach me. What's she going to do about it? And I kind of have to get after him a little bit. We get covered in stickers like crazy. Get them all off. They're all off. I just got to take them out of the lead rope now. So after editing this video, I get to go do that. I think right here he does like a canter stride. Again, the video is not playing right, so I'm sorry if I'm saying things that have already happened. It's what I gotta deal with right now. So the third location that we go to, it has, it's literally all the same hill, but it's different parts of the hill. Its footing is really, really slick. It's about 2 or 3 inches deep of really loose dirt. Tons of pine needles, rocks, and twigs on top. It's really good for a young horse to go on. Here, I ask him just to back up a little, because I know you guys can't see it, but there's deer trails all over where I'm standing and where he's standing. It goes all the way to the top. You can't really see them unless you know the property, then you kind of know where they're at. But I'm asking him to back, and he kind of doesn't want to, so I let him kind of run around right here, and then I kind of pull his balance off and get his head back. And I ask him to back, and he doesn't back completely straight. He kind of turns, but that's okay. He's still trying. He's still giving an effort. Here, I kind of keep after him for a little bit, because what he does is he steps back with his back legs, and instead of going backwards with his front legs, he's kind of stepping over himself and sideways to kind of avoid going completely back. So I just keep up the pressure until all 4 feet go back. Takes him a little bit, but he gets it. Now this I kind of walked and I just barely picked up that lead rope. It looks like it was really tight, but I actually just barely picked it up. It's just so full of frickin' burrs and crap that it's kind of heavy. So I like how quiet he's come down. Right here you guys won't be able to see the whole thing, but he kind of comes down a little quick right here, and I just kind of push my hand against the edge of the halter and say, hey, slow down please, and he does. Move you guys to another location here in a second. See if I can move you guys. So this location, these 2 trees never used to be here. You'll see me shove on a branch that's sticking out in the way of where we're going to work. I tried to break it, it just wouldn't go. So I have to really be cautious, because if I send him and he goes through it, it's not his fault. It's not, oh, stupid horse, he went through a branch. It's my fault, oh, stupid person didn't pay attention where she was sending the horse. So he doesn't get caught up in it. He does stop in front of it a few times when he's got enough rain to go around it. And then towards the end of this, I ask him to go over the tree at the top a couple of times, because we do have some branches cut out so we can go over it. But after doing it a few times with him, I realized, oh, I need to cut off a little bit more branches. It took me quite a while to figure out where exactly to stand on this part. It doesn't show you as truly steep as it is. Yet again, it's very steep. But it took me a little bit to figure out where to stand to get a good circle. And to get him to go in and out of the divots, and the ditch, or not the ditch. I guess it's a ditch. Can't think right now. To get him to go in and out of the divots, the deep, I keep saying deep, I keep thinking I'm in water, I don't know why. To go up and down the hill in the steeper parts, and down in the gully. He goes down in the gully and gets a little branch stuck on his tail. No big deal. I just let him drag it out, and then I kind of toss it to the side. He doesn't freak out. Very good thing. Good little test for him. Kind of ask him to back up a little bit. Just a good test for him. Make sure he's paying attention. Doing some checking in. There he got a little close, so I just stuck my arm out and he went further down into the gully right here. Good for him to go through the gully, because with these trees in the way, until the owners of this part of the property come and get them cut off, we have to kind of go along the side of the tree that's right here in front of the camera, closest to it, go up and then down through the gully, and then up the side of the hill, and then down to get to the top of the hill. So it's actually really good for him to go through there. A lot of loose dirt, a lot of rocks, kind of deep, a lot of sticks and twigs. Really good for him. Just building up that muscle strength in the legs, and the butt, and the chest, and the shoulders. Letting him discover how to get his footing without panicking. Some people, you know, they don't prepare the horse, just get on, and then when the horse doesn't have solid, good footing, the horse freaks out, people get hurt, they blame the horse. Oh my god, it's a bad horse. No, the horse was just never set up completely for success. A lot of people want to skip the groundwork. You won't ever see me on a horse that has no groundwork. My old horses had no groundwork, and this is where I started loving to train horses, learning to train horses, kind of teaching myself and taking from other trainers that I like, and applying it, because my horses didn't have ground manners. And once I got their ground manners down, saddle manners kind of just came. Not like they were horrible, but they did have some problems. Kind of making him go. He didn't want to go there. Up here he followed very nice. He wasn't rushing. He kind of snugged up to me when we got up there. So I just kind of loved him a little bit. Let him know it's okay. Reassured him. He's like, wow, I've never been up here before. What is this? He probably smells the girls and Buster. They were up there all summer. So here I kind of pay attention to where I send them, because again, I said I need to cut some more branches off. A lot of people don't really pay attention to the branches, and then when their horse gets shanked in the gut, they wonder why. Well, pay attention, people. Now he's playing with it right here. Good old Boog just loves to play with things. So you'll see the second time that he goes over it coming down, I kind of just walk away and see if he'll follow. I'm okay with him playing with it, but I don't want him playing with it 24/7. I want him to kind of know when it's time to work and when it's time to play. But he's still allowed to play. He's allowed to figure it out since it's his first time over it. The horses sometimes have issues coming down over trees that are downhill, because when they're going uphill, they can just kind of step over and kind of charge up the hill a little bit. When they're coming down, they kind of have to really pay attention to their footing, because if they come down too quick, they're going to end up running completely downhill. Sometimes they can fall, flip over themselves. They really have to pay attention. Right there, he followed really good. Here, I'm just kind of switching sides, making sure he's good, making sure he's alright. He didn't get caught up or anything. I'm just kind of checking in with him. He led down very nicely. Look at, he's got a loose rein, and he's just right behind me. Very calm, very quiet. Coming around the tree. I know you guys can't see this part. Where can you guys see? It's hot. So this third location is really good because of all the weeds in the bushes. This is where the ground is really, really loose. Right here I like it because I'm kind of above him. It's really good for me to be above him. Kind of asking him to go. He's saying, nope, I don't want to. I'm done. So I kind of just gave him a little pop and said, please go. He's like, okay, I'll go. So down here, he gets down here and I ask him to change and he doesn't want to. So I really have to pull and say, get your butt moving. Once he turns though, he's really soft on that rope. So it's just the turn. He gets going forward and he thinks forward. And then as soon as you ask him to turn, like right here, I kind of have to give him a couple pops on that rope and said, let's go, come on. That's why we do the groundwork here at the end on the ground. On the complete flat, we just work a little bit with getting him to turn better. And we're getting there. I mean, I think he's only been here 2 months, maybe 3. I don't know. I'll have to look at the video that I posted when he got here and see how long ago that was. So he does really, really good. There's a few times I kind of have to get after him, kind of pull his head in. But I don't get after him too much. I don't really make him speed through here. If he speeds up, that's him speeding up on his own on this part. Because this is really, really loose, really, really deep. And I don't think he's at the point yet where he should be trotting or cantering this part until he gets more footing and better footing and more strength in those legs and the hind, the chest and all that. When he gets more strength, gets better footing, he'll be able to run through that, no problem. As for right now, he would just kind of slide and maybe freak out a little. But I think as he gets better, he'll kind of run up and play. He gets turned out on this once a day for a few hours. Actually, right now while I'm editing this video and adding a voiceover, he's actually out in the field right now. And about feeding time at 8 o'clock tonight, it's 3 o'clock right now. This was filmed at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. About 8 o'clock tonight, he'll be brought back in. This winter, he won't be able to go out because if he does, it'll be all mushy and there won't be any grass. We gotta spray all these weeds. So right here, I kind of asked him to back up a little bit so I can go in front of him. He did okay. I had to get after him just a bit. But he's a lot better. This is day 17. Well, day 17 of the videos that I'm filming. He's had a lot more work than that.
Okay.
I just don't film every session because some of them are the same for like a week. Constantly the same thing until we get where we need to be with the particular thing. And I don't think you guys want to see the same thing over and over and over and over again. So here's where I just lunge him on the flat. Just to kind of let him stretch out his legs. Swing his head and kind of play a little bit. He can do that on the hill, but I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad he paid attention. And we're also, when we were doing this, we're working on his turning. There's a few times I asked him to canter, just to kind of stretch out his legs, and he wouldn't canter. So I just kind of kept after him until he did a stride or two, and then I left him alone, instead of just nagging and nagging and nagging for a whole circle. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like and subscribe. Share, comment. I look forward to your guys' comments, even though I only get a couple here and there. I still look forward to them. So that was good, and if you guys can see on my leg, him and I are both covered in those, and so is my halter, my lead rope, and my gloves. So I'm gonna let him play for a little bit, and then I'm gonna get a brush and get all that shit off him. Hope you guys enjoy.